Chris Redfield, one of Resident Evil's most famous and iconic characters in the entire series. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about this character at the end of Resident Evil 7 when this person introduces himself as Redfield. So I want to see if we can look at the Vendetta trailer and compare it to this Chris Redfield and see if we can find some hints and some things that just don't make sense pertaining to the Redfield at the end of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Vendetta's Redfield. So first off, Vendetta takes place after Resident Evil 6, and all of Chris's other games, they're all very similar. There is no denying that the Redfield in Resident Evil 5 is the same Chris Redfield we see in Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil Vendetta. So why all of a sudden in Resident Evil 7 does he completely have a different design overall? You know, people can't even find a lot of similarities like they used to with past Chris in past games. So that by itself is very weird, how he just looks different in nature and in tone. Another thing that kind of points to them being the same person, however, is that in Vendetta, towards the end of the trailer, we hear the monster address Chris by his last name, yelling Redfield. And in Resident Evil 7, this person actually introduces himself to us as Redfield.
I'm Redfield. Glad we found you.
So perhaps Chris is so high up in rank and popularity that he now just addresses himself as Redfield. Somewhat, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that in this future timeline, he just calls himself Redfield because he's just so up there in rank? This is actually pretty common. The last thing that I've noticed in Vendetta's trailer is that the Chris in Resident Evil Vendetta actually works for the BSAA, as you can see in these multiple shots. However, in Resident Evil 7, this Redfield is a part of the Umbrella Corporation. Now, why the sudden change? Chris, who knows the evil that Umbrella has done over the years, will suddenly take their role. It doesn't really make much sense. Again, this is very weird. I think this is the biggest mystery out of all the claims I've seen so far pertaining to Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Vendetta. But that's gonna be it for this video. There are some things that don't make sense. Let me know your thoughts. Did you notice anything else that doesn't make sense in between Vendetta and Resident Evil 7? But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Deuces.